So Texas has passed a law that says that porn sites like Pornhub have to verify the age of a user before they can allow them to continue onto the site. I don't know what all this entails, basically, but Pornhub is like, oh, hell no. We ain't going to all that trouble to write all that code to add all that stuff because it don't matter to us. And so they're just like, well, we'll just take Pornhub out of Texas, knowing that people can just use a VPN and get in anyway. So um, this is just kind of a silly thing, a little spat between the state, which is trying to control people, control under the guise, of course, of saying, well, it's kids. Well, yes, of course, kids can get to porn for free because the internet exists. And I don't necessarily think it's good for kids to have porn easily accessible at the touch of a fingertip on their phone or their device. I don't think it's a good thing, but the fact remains that if you're a parent, it's your job to keep that shit out away from your kid. In my day, when I was a kid, if you wanted to see porn, you had to actually really try to go see it. You had to go find it. You had to know somebody who had it. You had to go to the little place in the woods where somebody had stashed it and that you heard about it on the playground. And then, you go find it and there'd be these old crusty kind of magazines that were, a little water warped underneath the log. And then you could see the porn, but you had to go on a whole adventure to get to the porn. And I think that might have made it more special, to be honest. And I feel like Texas might be trying to do a little bit of a throwback there, where they're trying to make it a little less easy to get to the goodies. You're going to have to go on a little bit of a quest. At the very least, a little bit of a quest before you get to the porno. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for the kids or the adults. Don't you like something better if you had to work hard for it? If you had to work just a little bit for it, don't it taste better? Ain't it sweeter? Ain't it more special if it's a little bit clandestine, if it's a little bit naughty, if it's a little bit not so easy? See, I think we need to bring back more of these things. So I don't necessarily like the idea of limiting speech, which porn is speech, obviously. It's some kind of speech. Somebody's talking. But I don't also think it's a good idea to just have copious amounts of crappy porn. And the porn on those sites is not very good. Let's just be honest. It ain't the cream of the crop. A lot of it is amateur hour with an iPhone and bad lighting. I don't need to see Joe Bob pork his nanny, who is probably just some young girl that he picked up at the bowling alley and paid $50. I don't need to see that. What I do want to see is better porn. And that is definitely something that ain't going to be free. You're going to have to pay for that shit. So I'm just kind of indifferent to this thing. I don't consume pornography hardly ever. It's just never appealed to me. It's just one of them things that's like, okay, yeah, you get to see the pussy, you get to see the dick, but are they into it? This is what I'm thinking. These people don't like each other. You can tell. You can fucking tell when they don't like each other, and a lot of them don't actually like each other. That's why they got to keep spitting and making their spit their lube. If you're really into somebody, you don't need to be spitting to make lube. You're making it naturally. So that's the first clue. And there's way too much spitting in porn. I don't like it. No, not my thing. So I'm not saying that the porno law is a good one where you have to verify the age of the person getting to the porn. I think that's up to the parents. The parents need to be involved. The parents need to make sure their kids ain't getting into the porn. And what porn the kids do get into, guess what? They had to go on a fucking adventure to get it. So they're learning some life skills. This is a thing that you had to do. So it's a rite of passage that I feel like has been shortcut. And this law ain't going to do a goddamn thing to stop it except teach kids how to go get a VPN.